Next, we will centrifuge and convert our sample into copper sulfate. So Heather's got our tubes over here. Now, notice that she's got two tubes. The blue liquid in the second tube is just food coloring. We put that in there so you could see it really well, that's all. You need two tubes because the centrifuge has to balance. The tubes have exactly the same amount, as near as we can get it. Your instructor will help you with this step. So now we're closing down the centrifuge just to show you how this all works. Starting the centrifuge. The requisite length of time later, it stops. We're going to remove our tube. And that's what our sample looks like. So now we're going to go back over to our station. And using a pipette, you need to decant the liquid off of the top. The pellet, the solid in the bottom, that the centrifuge spun out of the liquid. So now that Heather has managed to remove most all of the liquid, she's going to add liquid back into it. She's going to add more DI water. She's going to stir the sample up again. Make sure you rinse your rod every time you use it. So now we'll cap the tube back up and head back over to the centrifuge for one more trip. So here we are at the centrifuge again. Now your instructor is going to help you with this, remember, and they're going to help you get the tubes balanced, so you don't have to worry too much about all of that. We had to balance our own tube, of course, but you'll have some assistance with that. You may also be running with another person at the same time. So we take our tube out. Notice it's been spun down to a very small size again. So that blue liquid now, remember, is the liquid that we removed from our own tube. It has nothing to do with this part of the experiment. Remove the supernatant, the liquid, as much of it as you can, leaving behind only the pellet. Cap your tube, and now we're going to go to the sulfuric acid station. Copper oxide becomes copper sulfate. So again, note the dangers. It's very important that you keep in mind that all of these chemicals we're using today have their own unique hazards. All of our liquids have a hazard. So we're in the opposite hood, the hood that's from the opposite end of the lab from the nitric acid hood. We do that intentionally. Putting them in opposite ends of the room helps to avoid confusion. So you're going to need to, you won't need to open the dispenser most likely, but again, Heather's doing that. Opening and removing the cap. Again, 1 aliquot. And now we're going to stir it up. Now you need to stir for quite some time. As you stir, the sample is going to begin to change color. And once it has thoroughly changed, once you're sure nothing more is going on, the color is uniform, there's no solids or semi-solids of any kind in there, it's all very uniform, then we move on to the next step. We rinse off our rod again, and let's take a look at what we have now. Copper nitrate versus copper sulfate.